Good afternoon. So this is our sage patch. This is California white sage, grandmother sage, very sacred plant to the people of the Californias. It doesn't grow here natively. We grow it from seed and plant it. These ones that are a little weaker, we've had in pots for a couple years, tried to keep them, bring them in, bring them out. And as you can tell, they didn't do too well. They're still growing. But these ones that are doing really well, we just transplanted this year, and they'll probably putter out. We used to make smudge sticks with the California white sage, and we've since stopped after learning about the abuse of these plants, where they're being poached, tons of them poached for the market nationally and internationally. And you know, we have people come up, because we make other smudge sticks. We make smudge sticks hopefully sometime next year. We have this other sacred plant, which again is a sage, and that's Wyoming sage, the big sagebrush you see up in the mountains. And we tried another one and it didn't work. But we also grow prairie sage, and that I think we have up in there on the front of the line. But I just saw a thing from United Plant Savers, and you know, this plant was so sacred. When you see it in what I would call a hog leg out at the stores, new age stores, shit, any store anymore, and you know, you burn it and you know, does it do this? Because we have people come up and they see our smudge sticks, which we raise here by hand, and we use, you know, this one here, the two sages here are not native. We're hoping to establish the Wyoming. The California sage is always going to be an annual. It's going to be grown like an annual. It just won't survive here. But we take care of it, and we don't sell it anymore. The native people from where it's from in California and out there in the West, one leaf, not a hog leg, not a bundle, one leaf was sacred. It was all you needed. You didn't, you know, getting rid of your evil spirit, you don't need that much smoke. It's your spirit, it ain't your BO. And so we stopped selling this. Now we will, if we get enough of the Wyoming sage, we'll share that, sell it. We make smudge sticks out of the native prairie, the white prairie sage, which is a, oh shoot, Artemisia tridentia? Something like that. My Latin's horrible. But that grows here, native. And we also make smudge sticks out of the native sweetgrass, which we grow ourselves. And then we grow, we also make some with cedar, the Virginia juniper. It's not real, it's not true cedar yet. We have cedars growing, and we'll use that. But when people use these plants for, I make finger quotes with one hand, spirituality, they miss the point. All indigenous people, and we were all indigenous somewhere. We may be here transplanted, but originally, before we were corrupted, we were indigenous to where we were. All indigenous people use some kind of burning plant to take care of illnesses, to help their lungs, to clean their spirit. Because most human spirits have been dirty for a very, very long time. Even the Catholic Church took the old ways of using incense, and that's all incense is one plant: frankincense, myrrh, copal, dragon's blood resin, you name it. It's a plant smoke. And supposedly, who knows, it does something energetically to change the space around you. So when you go out and you see that white sage, those big bundles of white sage, ask where they get them from. And they'll give you some kind of line. Oh, they're ethically harvested. And there are some farms, but I don't trust them. Because to get the amount, and the amount that you can find wholesale, there's no way I've seen little bundles that are, 4 inches long, wholesale, 50, 60 cents a piece. And they're about, probably about the size of a $half round, 4 or 5, 6 inches long. Or 4 to 6 inches long, I think is what they run. No way are you making a profit off that. You're getting it. You might grow it, but I guarantee they're getting it illicitly. I've seen pictures of California State Patrol out there. They confiscated 2 duffel bags off one set of people. 2 huge duffel bags. If it was 30 years ago, you would have thought it was something else stuffed in those bags. But it was all white sage, stolen, poached from this plant's native area. This plant was sacred, so powerful to these people. 1 leaf. They didn't waste it. They knew it was sacred. Same with all these plants. Westerners have this idea of dominion over all things, which personally I think is bullshit. And I'll argue with anybody who wants to say otherwise. We weren't given dominion over all things. We were given to be equal with all things. Because nothing on this good green earth exists out of balance and continues to exist. I just wanted to go off on that. United Plant Savers is a really good site. I support them. I'm a member. I support them as much as I economically can. If you can, it's not that much for membership per year. If I figure out how to put a link in, I will. This is the blueberry or blackberry arbor. It's starting to do pretty good. Coming on. This side looks a little weaker. This side was this year's planting. This side was last year's planting. So hopefully, hopefully, we'll have fruit like that there hanging down from up here next year. I just wanted to go off on that tangent. I heard that, and we were just at market, and we have people come up and they wave their hand around. Oh, smudging. It's like, yeah, this witchy thing. Yeah. It's people think that it's special because it's somebody else's, when in fact everybody did it. You burn stuff. It smells good. Probably does something to clean the air, some kind of medicine, whatever you want to call it. It's just that those people, the Native Americans, First Nations, whatever you want to call them, they were doing it. They were the last ones to do it that we have contact with. I'm sure everybody's done it. We just had it beat out of us, called it witchcraft. Have a beautiful day, y'all. Bye now.